Hi, I'm Belinda Coyle, one of the clinical consultants for Coloplast. Also joining me today is Karen Spriggs, another clinical consultant. At Coloplast, we pride ourselves on listening and responding. We aim to live up to the expectations of both healthcare professionals and users. We've listened to their feedback about Peristeen, and we've now responded with updates that make it easier to use. Peristeen Plus functions the same as Peristeen you know, with upgrades that make it easier to use. Peristeen Plus is built on the legacy of Peristeen and is on par with Peristeen from a safety and performance perspective. The step-by-step in how to use Peristeen Plus is also the same as Peristeen. The key improvements to Peristeen Plus are the connections, the control unit, and the added water temperature indicator. But if you're already familiar with Peristeen, you'll notice some differences right away in the look and feel of the product. It's important to note that the Peristeen Plus catheters and tubing are not compatible with Peristeen, and vice versa. So be sure you have the correct system and catheters on hand. An easy way to tell the difference is that Peristeen Plus catheters have a turquoise end, while Peristeen catheters have a blue end. And the small Peristeen catheters have a smiley face, while the small Peristeen Plus catheters do not.
When you receive your Peristeen Plus product, take notice of the label. The Peristeen box labels are green, while the Peristeen Plus labels are white. You should be using a system with a white Peristeen Plus label and catheters with a white Peristeen Plus label. Let's open up the Peristeen Plus box and see what's inside. The same components are included with the Peristeen Plus system as with the Peristeen system. A water bag with lid, control unit with pump and tubing, straps, instructions for use or IFU. You may notice the changes to the control unit first. With Peristeen Plus, we introduced the new symbols on the control unit that are more intuitive and easier to understand. The symbol that is used to inflate the balloon is the white balloon symbol. This was the blue balloon symbol for Peristeen. The symbol to pump water is the turquoise water symbol. This was the white water symbol for Peristeen. The symbol to deflate the balloon is the gray deflate symbol. This was the green go symbol for Peristeen. Finally, the finish and storage symbol is simply a turquoise vertical line. This was the orange off symbol for Peristeen. The knob is also raised for a better grip and it is easier to turn.
The connector at the end of the tube that connects to the control unit is turquoise and has a wider grip than the Peristeen blue connector. It's easier to twist and lock, and you can now feel and hear a subtle click when it's properly connected. The same is true with the other end of the tube with the turquoise connector that connects to the catheter. Let's take a look at the water bag next. The only difference you'll notice here is the new water temperature indicator. We added this feature to show suitable water temperature range for irrigation, 93 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, with body temperature of 98.6 degrees being optimal. Now you'll see it's blue, which means it's too cold. Once you add water, you'll want to watch for it to turn green for go before starting your irrigation. When it's too hot or above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, it will turn red. Finally, you will receive a small plastic bag with 2 leg straps. This can be used if needed to attach the control unit to your leg during the irrigation process, so that you can be hands-free. The instructions for use, or IFU, is now a booklet style in full color that is more user-friendly than the Peristeen fold-out style IFU, with a page at the back for your Peristeen Plus prescribing clinician to write important treatment recommendations. You will find both an English and a Spanish version of the IFU, and you may also have the insert that explains the updated features of Peristeen Plus.
Now let's look at the catheters. Depending on your clinician's recommendations, you will either receive small or regular catheters, which you may also hear referred to as standard catheters. The Peristeen Plus catheters have the same dimensions as Peristeen catheters. The length of the catheter that enters the rectum is 3.15 inches for the small catheter and 3.75 inches for the regular catheter. The catheter packaging is slightly different. You'll see the Peristeen Plus packaging is more opaque, not quite as easily to see through. When you pump water into the packaging, look closely to watch it fill up to the turquoise dot. Note, this turquoise dot replaces the blue line on the Peristeen Plus catheter as the correct insertion point. The finger grip on the Peristeen Plus catheter is slightly more rounded than the Peristeen catheter. And the small Peristeen Plus catheter no longer has the smiley face that was on the small Peristeen catheter. Finally, the end of the Peristeen Plus catheter is now turquoise to connect to the turquoise end of the tube. And again, when you connect it to the tube, you will feel and hear a subtle click when it's properly connected. Please note, the Peristeen system does not include a toiletry bag, but you will receive one when you enroll in Coloplast Care, or you can call Coloplast Care to request one. We hope that you will find that these updates make Peristeen Plus easier to use. Thank you.